Okay, folks, good evening. Good evening. Got some information I'm going to share with you all today. Hope you guys are doing great. This is Jay Lee here, Jay Hunter Lee, that is, on our Monday Motivational Power Talk. And we got some information. We still got about but we had 3 more weeks left in covering the 7 natural laws of the universe. So before we get into that, let me go ahead and start with my opening. If it's going to be, it's up to me to fulfill my dreams and possibilities with dedication and motivation to inspire thousands from all nations. When times are tough and breaks you down, just smile with toughness and rebuild from the ground. During tough times, adversity is a lot. Just remember, time flies, but you are the pilot. Good evening, folks. Today is Monday, September the 17th, 2018. Time is 9:01 p.m. This is our Monday Motivational Power Talk. I'm Jay Lee, Jay Hunter Lee, and I want to welcome you and thank you guys for joining us. We are still covering the 7 natural laws of the universe. We got 4 down. We got 3 more to go on our Monday Motivational Power Talk before we go into other subjects and topics. Tonight, we're going to cover one of the 7 natural laws of the universe, as we got this one and 2 more after this one. So tonight, we want to cover one of them laws, folks. Hope you guys are prepared. Hope you guys are ready, because we're about to put it down. The one I was going to do tonight, I'm going to save that one to the end, because of the experience that I've had today. I don't want to talk on that particular law, and I don't want to have emotions coming out of my message. So I decided to delay that one till the last topic of the 7 natural laws of the universe. But it's important. You got to know all of these laws. And I get people who they like to compliment me a lot, because they've heard my story. They know I came from being homeless, and I'm still recovering from that, believe it or not. I've had some success, and I've took some bumps. I took some bruises, and I've took, a heavy loss in the end of the earlier part of the year. Things are coming back around. It's not overnight. It's slowly, I'm obedient to the universe. I understand these natural laws, and people see me bounce back. Every bad situation people have seen me go through, they always see me come back. And these 7 natural laws of the universe is the reason why I've always come back. And I understand these laws, and I understand how to utilize these laws. Good evening to Diane Rozier, my sister-in-law for life. Prayers are going out to you, Diane Rozier. I spoke with Sandy earlier. She told me the situation, and I'm very sorry. My heart is with you always. You know that. Anytime you need to talk, you can feel free to call me. You know my number. Call me anytime. Folks, coming from D.C. to Florida, I was homeless. I had to find somewhere to stay fast if I could. But before I even looked for a place to stay, I looked for a place to work, man. I didn't care what my situation was. I put my bootstraps to the pavement, because that is what I'm made up of. Hard work, grit, fight. And it's not because I'm a male. I got sisters who are the same way. My sisters, just in case we have a female that want to compare herself to me or to a man and say, well, females are no. The universe do not understand male, female, black, white, gender, all that. No, the universe operate on energy and frequency. Energy and frequency. Whatever frequency you choose to put yourself on, you want to live out that frequency until you get the hell off of it. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about that particular law. I'm waiting to the next 2 weeks to talk about that law, because I don't want to flare up tonight. But what I am going to talk about is one of the other 7 natural laws of the universe called the law of rhythm. I'm going to read that particular one because I actually have that one up. Let me read to you guys the law of rhythm. You guys ready for this? I want you guys to pay close attention to the law of rhythm. It says the law of rhythm states that everything has a natural cycle. The tides go in and back out. Night follows day, and life regenerates itself. We all have good times and bad times, but nothing stays the same. Change is constant. Knowing that this too shall pass is the great wisdom about life, ebb and flow. How to apply that? When you're on a downswing, know that things will get better. Think of the good times that are coming. Folks, I'm not going to read that one again. I'm assuming you guys get it, right? That was the definition. That was the example of the law of rhythm. You cannot negotiate with any of these laws. And if those of you who missed the other laws that I've covered previous weeks, go to my YouTube channel or go to my business page, J Hunter Lee, and look at under videos, and you'll see me covering those other laws. But we got 3 left, and down to 3, 1 down and 2 to go in the remainders. And this is the law of rhythm. Understanding these laws, folks, and understanding, and I just read the law of rhythm. I just read the law of rhythm. Hello, CC. I just read, hey, Jocelyn Price. I just read the law of rhythm, folks. Listen, you can call it the universe. You can call it God. God is the universe. Everything that is created has been created by our Creator. Everything, male, every person, male or female, every plant, everything in the world is made up the same minerals that the universe is made of. We are living proof. We are proof. You and I are proof that the universe is conscious of itself. We have 100% control over our thoughts, 100% control over our feelings, and 100% control over our actions. How we utilize them, whether it's in a negative or a positive sense, it is totally up to us individually. No one's responsible for your life but you. I've had some unethical people that hurt my business the earlier part of this year. I mean, literally did some cruel stuff. And one tried to still do some cruel stuff within the past week that I thought we got rid of. But here it is at the end of the day, folks, regardless of all of that, I am still accountable for the direction I carry my company, the direction I carry my own life. Because you're going to have to realize, folks, you're going to have people drilling holes in the boat that you're rowing. You're going to have those people. People are in, but at the end of the day, folks, the law of rhythm says those are bad times. Good times are starting to come around again. I got people that are involved now who have already made commitments to get us out of that situation and move us forward, make some heavy profits. But here's what you got to understand, people. As this happens, you have to also allow one of the 7 natural laws called the law of gestation. Remember, I covered that about a couple of weeks ago. The law of gestation, you have to allow that law to do what it's supposed to do. If you disobey that law, everything goes bad. Relationships goes bad, friendships goes bad, families go bad. It's called patience. You have to allow the law of gestation to do what it's supposed to do. That is a law that I wish didn't exist, because I want it right now as well. I want it 6 months ago. But that's not how this works, folks. That's not how it's set up. The universe is not made up to be successful or rich overnight. If you got an overnight success, it's probably illegal. You got to understand this, people. So I'm getting back to the law of gestation. That works in conjunction with the law of the law of rhythm works in conjunction with the law of gestation. Why does that? Because it says that the tide goes in, the tide goes out, life regenerates itself. And all of this happens throughout a gestation period, people. That is the law of rhythm. Let me explain something to you. Many of you may understand or might know a granddaddy long-legged spider. Okay? That granddaddy long-leg can purposely detach one of his legs to get out of harm's way. He can actually lose a leg and still live comfortably. Now, here's what happened. That spider will not walk the same when he loses that leg. The law of rhythm, that spider has a rhythm, folks. Everything. I can listen to people's rhythm as they walk. I can tell if I've seen you a few times, I know who you are if I hear your footsteps without seeing you. So this granddaddy spider can lose one of his legs. It's a safety mechanism. Look it up. Do your research. Folks, you know I do this all day. That spider rhythm would change. That spider will walk with a limp for about 3 days. And then that spider would discover a new rhythm to his walk, or its walk minus that one leg. And that spider would walk flawlessly, but would have a different rhythm that it had when it had the leg attached. Did you guys know that? Those are laws. That's the law of rhythm, folks. That's one of the 7 natural laws of the universe. Guess what? If you lose a leg, and see that 3-day period before that spider finds new rhythm again and start moving flawlessly again, that's a gestation period before he finds new rhythm to walk with that minus that leg. If you lose a leg, it's going to take a while before you get adjusted to not having that leg before you walk, whether it's with a crutch, a cane, or a mechanical leg, whatever it is. Ask any veteran or anyone who have lost a leg. It would take a gestational period before they discover a new rhythm to walk. See, when you have developed that rhythm to walk, folks, that rhythm is what's going to carry your movement flawlessly. But you got to understand the natural laws of the universe. If you violate any of these laws, I can promise you your life will be in turmoil. It will be in turmoil. If it's in turmoil right now, then you need to take a look at these laws and see if you are actually obeying these natural laws. Chances are you're not. Because if your situation is chronic, see, we're all going to have trouble. Like the law of rhythm states, there are good times and there are bad times. If you're having more bad times than there are good times, chances are you are violating the law of rhythm. How do you violate the law of rhythm? How does a spider violate the law of rhythm after he loses one of his legs? It violates that law by not discovering another rhythm. See, folks, you have to still put in the work. You see, you have to still get off your ass. You still have to work. That's the bottom line. Nothing in the world will change that. When I lost everything, went from Washington, D.C. to Tampa, Florida, homeless, I had to discover a new rhythm. I didn't have time to find myself. See, that's what people screw up at. Oh, I need to find myself. Why the hell you need to find yourself? All you're going to find is the same depressed state that you were in when you lost it. So instead of trying to find yourself, recreate yourself. And as you recreate yourself, a gestation period is working. And as that gestation period working, you will find a new rhythm to your swag. Y'all ain't getting it. I'm telling you something you haven't been taught coming up in church or school. They don't teach you this. Why they don't teach you this? Because they want to keep making money off the masses. Let the masses stay shuttered or shackled in their mind. Let's not teach them the law of attraction. Let's teach them that some blonde hair hippie in the sky is responsible for their life. Let's teach them that. Let's teach them to believe in a higher power instead of showing them how they can experience the higher power. As long as we can teach them to just believe, they will always be dependent. What did Jay say? What did you say? Yes. Let's teach them to just believe, because as long as they'll believe, they'll always be dependent. As long as they believe, they'll always have hope. Hope is nothing more than bondage. Hope is hoping something that you have no control over to happen for you, rather than having faith. See, when you have faith, there's no fear. Fear and faith cannot reside in the same place. Faith is developing your new rhythm. I came here with nothing, folks. Nothing. What did I have to do? Faith. Bootstraps to the pavement. I didn't care about my circumstance. I was concerned about the future. And how do I create the future? You can't predict it. How do I predict the future? You got to create your future. Jim Rohn said it perfectly. In order to predict your future, you have to create it. That takes work. That takes developing, recreating yourself. That's what the word recreation comes from. You have to recreate, folks, not find yourself, recreate yourself. I didn't sit back and suckle my thumb and whine, moan, and groan because people screwed me over earlier this year. I didn't do that. I had to recreate myself. I had to go back and re-strategize my business. There's no timetable for that. The law of gestation, whenever it is ready to be manifested, it will be manifested. So therefore, time is an illusion. Time does not exist in spiritual world. Time is given to those who are living by it. But you got to understand these natural laws, folks. The natural law of rhythm, which we're covering tonight, states that life regenerates itself. What do they mean by that? As one passes on and transition into another comes from the spiritual realm into the physical world. That means as one person dies, another is born. That's the law of rhythm. It's nighttime right now, but it soon will be daytime. That's the law of rhythm. It's a cycle, ladies and gentlemen. Good times follow bad times. But if you're only going to focus on the bad times, I can almost guarantee you're going to stay there in bad times long before you find good times again. People have lived bad times for a long time to the point where they created bad attitudes. And let me tell you something, folks, stinking thinking creates a bad attitude. A bad attitude will create a stinking health. You see what I'm saying? Stinking thinking, stinking attitude, stinking health, and then stinking death prematurely. Why is that? Because they don't understand the natural laws of the universe. They do not understand the natural law of rhythm. Hi, Shelly. I got your information, your message. I'll get back to you. This is, we're on number 4 right now of the 7 natural laws of the universe. I can help you find the other videos I did on the other laws. So we're on the law of rhythm right now. So talking of the law of rhythm, folks. Tides go in, they go out. Go in, go out. In Florida, we have contaminated water right now. We got a lot of dead fish up on the shores, on the beaches. People are not allowed to go to the beach right now because we have some sort of polluted water that came in. Thank you. You're welcome. And let me tell you something about that, folks. I don't know the science of this polluted water that came over into our shores, into the Gulf. You can't anywhere on the Gulf right now, clear water, all the whole Gulf Coast, all the way down Naples. You can't go to the beach. They're keeping us out of the beach until that polluted, contaminated water is gone. It killed up so much fish. All the fish have been dead and floated right up on the shores. And they got people down there getting all the fish up. Now, there's a law of rhythm to that too, because I remember like a year ago, they kept people from the beach because of the contamination had reached our shores. That's the law of rhythm, folks. Soon, that contamination will be gone. That's the law of rhythm. When we don't understand these natural laws, we tend to unconsciously disobey these laws. That's why people are having a hard time recovering from disasters. Having a hard time, when I say disasters, I'm not talking about a tsunami. I'm talking about a personal life tsunami. They have a hard time recovering because they don't understand these laws. Now listen, now I'm not telling you to sit back when bad times are happening and expect good times to come around on its own. No, 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 no. You have total control of that, folks. You have total control over your thoughts, over your feelings, and then over your actions. You have to put in the work. You have to put your bootstraps to the pavement. And like I told you, when I came here homeless, I didn't allow my circumstance to determine my future. I had to go to work. I had to put in the work. I had to look for jobs. I had to do all kinds of stuff. I had to get on the internet. I went to some, I remember going to, when I first got here, remember going to Waffle House right across the street from West Shore Mall in Tampa. Got online, looked for jobs, try to find a place to stay. Look for jobs, trying to find a place to stay. You have to create it, folks. The law of rhythm, the universe, folks, it does these things. We are the universe. We are life. See, things happen to you, they happen because of you. Now, of course, you're going to have some setbacks. You're going to have some mistakes. You know, you make mistakes. Of course, you make mistakes. But we recover from those mistakes. I'm recovering from the mistakes that I've made by trusting certain people who had burned me earlier this year. I'm overcoming that. And I've learned from it. I've made some business adjustments that's going to be protecting me from that. You see what I'm saying? So we all have to make adjustments, folks. You just can't expect to do the same thing and expect a different result. That's the definition of insanity. That was Einstein's definition. My definition of insanity is playing the victim of the circumstances you created. I didn't play the victim. I said, okay, I need to strategize on recovering from what happened. And I'm slowly coming out of it. It's happening. I see the transformation taking place, folks. I see the law of rhythm in action right now. But what did I have to do in the process? I had to be patient, and I had to allow the law of gestation to manifest, to do what it's supposed to do its job. I'm not going to violate those laws because I understand them. This is why I'm seeing the success that I'm seeing, and I'm seeing bigger success as we come out of this transition from my losses. Everybody that's in the rowboat with me, that's sticking with me, is going to win and win big. Those who cross me is going to be hurt, and they're not going to be hurt by me because karma does not need my help. I'm going to say that again. Karma does not need my help. I know where my heart is. I know the people that I'm going to be taking care of. People who've been with me since day one. I know who I'm blessing. And I know who I'm kicking out of my life, who I've already did that. So you got to understand, folks, the law of rhythm calls for you to make changes. And it states that change is constant. What does that mean? That it means that nothing stays the same but change. Change is constant. Change is always happening. Read my book, Change Your Mind, Change Your Life. You have to change your mind, folks. You got to change your mind. How you did business before, or yestermonth, or what have you, you can't do that same thing again. You have to keep reading. You have to keep transforming because the law of rhythm calls for you to do that. How I did business back in the earlier part of this year is not how I'm doing business right now. I made the adjustments. So therefore, the law of rhythm is starting to work in my favor. If the law of rhythm is working against you, it's maybe because you are disobeying that law. That has nothing to do with any other human being. That has everything to do with you. Take 100% responsibility, folks. I have people that I'm going to take care of. I have people that I've told was going to be taken care of. It has not manifested yet. They got to be patient. I got to be patient. It will strike big. They got to be patient. I don't know anybody who's been successful and never went through the dirt first. You got to go through the dirt. That's part of the process. That's protocol. That's business. You're not going to find anyone who had massive success that did not go through the dirt first, folks. Shelly, exactly. Along with the law of rhythm, folks, you have to make the adjustments to make it better, not making blame. Blame only puts you in a pool of victim. If you want to be courageous, if you want to be victorious, then you have to help the cause, not blame somebody for the problem of the cause, because it all will manifest in due time. One thing a mentor of mine a few years ago said to me, he said, business will never go at the pace you want it to go, but it always go at a perfect pace. Let me repeat that. Mentor of mine years ago said to me that business will never go at the pace you want it to go, but it will always go at a certain pace, at a perfect pace. I'm sorry, at the perfect pace. So what does that mean? You have to put your bootstraps to the pavement. You got to keep working hard. You got to understand these natural laws of the universe. And as tonight we're talking about the law of rhythm, you got to understand the law of rhythm. Good times are here. Bad times are coming. When bad times are here, they know that good times are coming. But you have to work for the good times. You don't create enemies during bad times, because those same enemies that you want to create, those same people that you want to make enemies during bad times won't be there for you when you really need them. Don't allow bad times to hinder your relationships with your friends, with your family, your relatives. Don't allow that to happen, folks. Just know that that person, if that person is fighting for you, let them fight. There were people fighting for me. There were people who were trying to take things away from me. See, I know the difference between the two. The ones who try to take things away, I had to get rid of. The ones who was fighting for me now. Those are the ones who are going to have a glorious life when all of this manifests. That's what I call a team. That's what I call people who are in it to win it. Those are the people that I consider ride or die. Let me say that again. Those are the people that I consider ride or die. And we don't have to share the same blood. So, folks, it is 9:30. That's all I'm going to share with you tonight. Next Monday, 9 o'clock p.m., we will be covering the law of vibration. The law of vibration next Monday night, 9 o'clock on our Monday Motivational Power Talk. This is Jay Hunter Lee here. I'm glad you guys came through. I want to thank Shelly Paris Williams for stopping through. My cousin came through, Jocelyn Price. Miss CC came through. I want to thank you guys, man. It's been always a pleasure. Diane Rozier has came through. Always a pleasure. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for your support. And we will keep winning. And remember, folks, stay of course. And remember the law of rhythm. Things are going to be bad and good times are coming. But don't panic. Don't melt down when things are bad. Those are gut check times. Okay? So keep in mind, folks, that I'm always here if you want to communicate with me. Thank you very much. You're very welcome, Shelly. And with that being said, folks, I want to end it with this last huge favor. And please share this video if you can. Last huge favor. I want you to sing like no one can hear you. Dance like no one can see you. Love like you've never been hurt. And live like it's heaven on earth. I'm Jay Lee. I love you and the world needs you. So stop that damn texting and driving. Peace and blessings, folks. Have a great day.